Okay, so we are underneath the Schick model.
What is the Schick model?
The Schick model was done by Conrad Schick in around 1890 for a World's Fair. He made this model of the underneath and the top of the Temple Mount, showing it as it was in 1890 with precision and scale.
Yeah, you can see that right here.
In order to be something that could be used by scholars in later periods.
It even has a topographical.
It has the elevation topographical contours. Now this Bir Aswadi in the Bir Ha'afir, burn cistern, and the Arabic name Bir Aswadi means cistern of the fire rock. If we were to translate that into Hebrew, it would be the Bir Hadid Sots, or the cistern of the spark. And there was a building that was on the corner above this called the Beit Hadid Sots, the house of the spark.
So this will be in the Asara where the priest would have been.
Yes. Now, here we're at the court of the women. This was also discovered by Conrad Schick. It's called cistern number 27, but it was actually a mikvah. And this was the mikvah that we have spoken of in the Tractate Negaim of the Mishnah that was underneath the chamber of the lepers.
And the court of the women.
And the court of the women.
So when Yeshua healed the 10 lepers, they would have had to go there.
Right. Yeah, this was discovered, I believe the number for this is number 30, cistern number 30. But this was a tunnel system right here, discovered by Charles Wilson. What was really unique about it is it had benches within it. Well, that didn't make sense. Why put benches in a tunnel? Except when we put it with the Mishnah. The Mishnah had a question that it asked, it didn't have a suitable answer for, and that was a Kohen that had a seminal omission during the night. He's now disqualified. He can't serve in the Hazara. Can't even come in the Hazara. He's what's called a Baal Kiri. So he goes to an underground mikvah or immersion chamber. There's a toilet there. He goes to the bathroom, goes to the mikvah, warms himself by the fire. And then it says he comes and he sits and he waits till the gates of the temple are open. And he goes out to the special gate for the disqualified priests called the tiny gate. Well, it didn't make sense. There wasn't any place for him to go until Wilson discovered this tunnel with benches. And then it all made sense.
And that will be on the north side of the temple proper.
The north side of the Dome of the Rock. So here's the Dome of the Rock, right here. Mm-hmm. So you can see how these are lined?
Wow. So these right here, that will be the Beit HaMoked.
Yeah, the Beit HaMoked would actually be further back this way.
Got it.
Back over here. But this tunnel, look at how it's a direct line right here with the Dome of the Rock. Mm-hmm. And if I go back here, we have two big ba'od that were discovered by Professor Ronnie Wright. It goes right through them. And I could go on out, and right over here, there's, I don't know if you can see it, but he has it drawn on there where the double gate is.
Yeah, here.
Right there, right where Walter's pointed to, okay? And isn't this absolutely amazing?
Okay, wow. Okay, Joe, so let me ask you.
Yes.
This is the underground.
This is the water system.
The water system.
The tunnel.
And this is the underground of the Temple Mount.
Yes.
And this is what really proves that the temple was in that location because they needed water.
Right.
So everybody assumes that the only water source is the Gihon, when in fact they have plenty of water underneath, other than the Gihon.
There's a conduit that goes from about right here over to this point of this tunnel system, where the water that drained off the top of the temple, it drained into this. It would travel down, come along the edge of the tunnel, all the way down to the end here. This is going to be towards the east, and it would turn back towards the south, and then there was like a 10 meter, that's 30 feet deep, where the water would go into down in this building. You can read about all this, by the way, in the catalog of these explorers for the Palestine Exploration Fund.
Where are the cisterns for the bathrooms?
The cisterns for the bathrooms, here are your two big ba'od, and he doesn't have the bathrooms shown on here.
Got it.
Here's the Great Sea, by the way. Okay, wait, excuse me, this is the Great Sea, right here.
It's called the Great Sea because of a huge cistern.
Yes, it was so big. And this one is called the leaf cistern. You see how it's shaped like a leaf? Okay, this is under Al-Aqsa. This is under the tunnel right here. This E-shaped cistern is under the triple gate, which was actually a double gate back at that time.
And the far one over there?
This one over here, I don't know the name of it. I can look it up, find it.
And these back here?
This,
This would have been towards the west of the temple.
Charles Ward originally thought that this was the chamber for the immersion. However, when Schick went in, Conrad Schick and Charles Wilson, they determined that it was too deep and there were no steps within it.
Gotcha.
And so, but this is a combination, by the way, of several different cisterns and tunnels that they kind of converted all into one big, huge mega cistern.
So these are only found on the Temple Mount. Clearly, they're not found on the city of David.
And here's the amazing part is that we can actually document from the Mishnah how the various systems, underground systems of the temple worked, and here they are.
Okay.
We're looking at them.
If I want to see now the temple,
Yes.
okay, the east part would be
That way.
down here, and so we're entering. Can you explain that?
This is going to be the east part.
Okay.
All right. So here
Abtina
is
would
the
be
west. Abtina is
there?
going to be no. This is going to be the north. This, excuse me, is the south. Abtinas, this tunnel system is going to be beneath the Abtinas.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. And so here, down at this end, this is going to be the Beit Ons Road. Okay, which in the first temple was called the House of the Forest of Lebanon.
So
Over
who-
here, this is the dormitory of the priest. Over here.
That would be
Beit
the west part.
Cat.
That
Yes,
would be
that's
the
the west part. And over here, it's the east part, the Beit HaNitzotz. This area out here is going to be the court of the women.
Now, this one right here,
This is going to be where the lepers are.
that's a very significant one because
Yes.
that really shows us.
And this will be back to where they inspected the wood. Now over here, even though we don't have a cistern, this is where the Nazir's chamber was, where Paul was when he was Nazarite, and this is where they stored the oil and the flour.
Yeah.
It would be interesting having the temple.